Hello and welcome back to Revender in Sports and another edition of my road to PvP, my equipment choices in this case, so that we can look back at this and say, yeah, that was a smart choice, that wasn't a smart choice, and do follow-up videos maybe in the future once I've done the event and say, you know, that was a fantastic thing that I did. So today we're going to talk about the Pearl IZUMI Expedition Pro Expedition or Expedition Pro. How do they call it? Expedition Pro. And it is a bib short. Now here's the thing. This is a 1200 kilometer plus, and it is 750 miles plus. And there's 40,000 feet of climbing. Conceivably, this is about a 3-day pedaling ride. So, you know, like 4 nights and 3 days, because I'm beginning on Sunday night at 7:45. So exactly a week from today, Sunday. Today is the 13th. And I begin on Sunday the 20th at 7:45. But I've heard from other folks that you may not want to wear bibs on this event. You know, when you queue up for the bathroom and all these other places, you know, you want to be able to do your business without getting completely undressed. Now, I've been wearing bibs for a very long time now, so to move away from bibs to just a plain short seems very, very difficult for me mentally. I probably would be fine if I just did it. However, the reason I chose the Expedition Pro is because, and almost exclusively, this is the primary reason, because it has the drop tail drop tail feature designed into it. So it is considered to be for longer rides. You know, if you're someone that just does 30 to 50 mile rides, and I don't mean just in the denigrating sense, but just as in the sense of you can go to the bathroom in the morning when you have breakfast, you have coffee, you get your stuff done, and you can typically go through a 2, 3, 4 hour ride and get home and go to the bathroom again. So you don't need any use of public utilities, bathrooms at gas stations or anywhere, right? But when you're doing 10, 12, 14 hour days on the bike, at some point in time you may have to, and especially something like Paris, Brest, Paris, where I expect to eat a lot more solid food than I've ever done on a 12-hour bike, a 12-hour day on the bike. I generally just do liquids, and then I get home, and then of course that happens. Okay, so what we're looking at, so as I mentioned, the drop tail was the primary reason for this, right? So it's supposed to be really stretchy on the back. These are brand new. I've got a week before I actually start pedaling the bike at the event. But I've been using the Pearl IZUMI Pro Levitate chamois for about 2.5 years, at least 2 years anyway, 2 seasons. And so I know that the chamois and the design of that works very well for me. It is my preferred long distance cycling bib. I used to wear Assos a lot, but I don't find the need for them anymore because these are so good. So in other words, I already know that this bib short will work, but if it adds that feature of a drop tail, then of course I'm hip to that. Additionally, they have some cargo pockets. Now, a true roadie would just scowl at me and look down their nose at me and be like, oh my God, cargo pockets on your bibs. But here's the thing. I launch out at 7:45. From many accounts, it sounds to me Like I need to be prepared, self-contained, for probably 200K. So that's 125 miles throughout the night, 7:45 p.m. until morning, to pull into a real control, because there'll be a 120 miles in, so about 75 miles in, 120K, I hope I said that right, and about 75 miles, there'll be a food and services, but not a control, and then further on. But 200K is what I hear a lot of people saying. You should be self-contained at least for that amount of distance, and then you can start eating at the controls. And also bakeries will be open, and other stores will be open. So at 7:45 p.m. when you launch out, they say don't expect anything to be open throughout the night on a Sunday. It's just something that I guess France does. They don't stay. They don't have quickie marts like we have here in the States, and that's not a brand name. It's just it's a methodology. It's a quick market that you go, you get your stuff at 2 a.m. in the morning as you're driving home from a party. Okay, so drop tail, cargo pockets, and as I mentioned, the true roadie is just seething right now, but I need to be able to carry enough stuff with me. So I have pockets, I have bags, I have all this other stuff, jersey pockets I mean, and why not add a little bit more carrying volume that will continue to lessen, right? So if you have things in your bags, those are more permanent in nature. So for example, battery packs and things like that, right? So you're looking at these types of items as I'm probably going to carry these for the duration of this 750 plus miles. But nutrition, gels, powders, drink mixes of whatever kind, you will probably consume, go through them, and then my true roadie sense will come back. I'll have a nice pocket that is going to disappear. And what I like about it, it doesn't really show. Like there's no mesh. It's not a mesh cargo pocket like I've seen in the past. This is just a material cargo pocket, the same material that the rest of the bib is made from. Now, if you have missed my previous reviews on the Pearl IZUMI Pro bib short, I'm going to cover those items now. So the first part was the expedition portion of it, right? So the drop tail and the cargo pockets. Now let's talk about what is a standard feature of the expedition to the Pro Levitate bib. So you have this Italian fabric, and they have the Pro Air Series, and I bought two of them and I just didn't like them. They're more expensive than these. French material, sorry France, but I just didn't like that material. So Pearl IZUMI, the Italian transfer fabric is much better in my opinion now. One last thing about the expedition. It also has two, is it two or is it one? It is one pocket in the center of the back. So of course, if you're a gravel person, you sometimes wear your flannel stuff. So you'll have cargo pockets on the sides and one in the back, right? So you can wear your flannel and you're fine. Now, let's get back, like I said, to the things that are standard. So this Pro Levitate chamois is phenomenal. I've used it for many of my 12-hour plus rides training for PvP. So you have this top sheet here, and it's triple density. I'll go through some of the features later just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But it is not attached to the bottom of the short. It is separate. So this top sheet or this top pad is separated. So I've given this analogy before, but let me take you through it if you've not been on my channel before. Imagine your foot encased in a sock inside of your running shoe. Your foot is encased in a sock, becomes one unit. That one unit then slides on the inside of your running shoe.
It's 1 o'clock.
1 p.m. And as it slides, it is preventing the skin of the sole of your foot from actually having that friction, because your foot and your sock are encased and they're one assembly. That's what's going to happen here. The top sheet of this bib short encompasses your body and your anatomy, and then that is one unit that then slides on the other outer material, and or that outer material is sliding on the saddle. Either way, your butt is isolated from that friction, right? The other thing I love about these shorts and bibs, is their silicone gripper and how this edge is cut. There's no hem here, right? So you don't have a hem that is folded over and then stitched. You'll find that in a lot of other shorts, inexpensive, more affordable shorts. So now you have this laser cut hem, and you have the silicone gripper, which will hold onto your leg firmly or hold on to your knee warmers, leg warmers, knee coolers, for lack of a better description, like a UV protecting fabric. So it doesn't actually keep you warm, it's just to keep the sun's rays from damaging your skin. So let me read a couple of these things just to make sure I covered everything. They talk about pedal to zero, so going by bike 18 miles or 29 kilometers offsets the climate impact of this garment. So there you go. Luxurious Italian Pro transfer fabric balances compression for ultimate comfort. The Levitate Pro chamois I've talked about, triple density. Drop tail, already talked about. Laser cut bib, straps, and then of course the hem and thigh cargo pockets. We've talked about that. And it's 46% recycled nylon and 38 polyester, 16% elastane. I just think the basic Pearl IZUMI bib short is in the Pro Levitate chamois is fantastic. So this is a welcome addition. Go off for a ride today, see how it works. If it doesn't work, if the drop tail doesn't work as advertised, I'll let you know. I'll do a follow-up. But I've got 3 or 4 other Pro Levitate chamois bibs that I'm going to take. So this is in addition to the Pro Levitate family of bibs that I carry. I forgot to mention this at the very beginning. This is not a sponsored ad. It's not a product that was given to me. I paid for it with my own funds. And if you're interested in the price or anything like that, these are $265. So $265. You can purchase anything that I review, that I use for myself. You can purchase all of it and support the channel. I should have said that at the beginning, but I appreciate your time and your attention up to this point. Please like and subscribe. Please continue to watch the rest of this series on PBP, and I look forward to seeing you folks. And actually, I hope to see some of you in Paris, but if not, I'll see you here in cyberspace, and I'll see you up the road.